I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
Hey, well, speaking of Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, Miles, I know you just kind of learned, you just kind of got hip to it, but I don't know if how many people here will understand this, but there was this big conspiracy theory.
By Thursday, hopefully, yeah.
There was this big conspiracy theory on NBA Twitter happening yesterday.
Last night, yeah.
Actually, Sunday night bleeding into Monday afternoon. So, long story short, like quick synopsis. There was this person,
Famous.
I use air quotes, person in Lakers Twitter that was also a podcast co-host.
Ruben Level,
Yes, Ruben Level. That apparently went missing. And this person, I believe, Joseph Toussaint, how you say his name?
I think so.
John?
That's what I read.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Do you have the article still up?
Nah, I didn't close that shit.
Well, I'm sorry.
Those tabs?
It's
Wow.
Joseph Toussaint
Man's
until we got
growing up.
the real pronunciation, right? He tweeted out like, "Yo, my friend's missing, blah blah blah. Last
your
seen
friend,
here.
niggas
She maybe in a wig because she got cancer, et cetera, et cetera." Right? So that was I guess that was circling around like mostly Lakers Twitter because this the first time I saw it was on Monday afternoon, and I guess NBA Twitter as a whole, but apparently she got found. And then there was a Twitter Spaces thing with that Kevin Durant was in, and somehow someone figured out that this girl named Vivian, was a fraud.
Not somehow. There was a dude who said he got catfished by her.
Yes, King
Banks.
King Banks.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoever that is. So
Right,
he got catfished by sis.
It's somebody in NBA Twitter. King Banks.
If you don't know, Twitter Spaces is essentially Twitter's version of Clubhouse. That's in betas right now. So yeah, that's going on. And then after that, people are putting all the pieces together, and then they accuse the guy Joe because sis went missing. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Yep.
But yeah, sis went missing, and he was the one who found her. After she was missing for 5 days or something,
and not
like
even
that.
found her. It was just tweeting out a report that said she's been found or she's okay, right? But then tweeted out again that once the whole catfish stuff came out that I've been bamboozled, blah blah blah.
Led astray.
I was gonna do it.
Okay. So the real question is, how are you able to prove? How do you know that she was okay, and then a few hours later, you're finding out that now this person's a catfish? How did that make any sense? You were supposed to be in direct communication. You found out that she, quote unquote, was okay. Now you're not. Now you're finding out that she may not be real. How'd that work?
You see why niggas with iPhones have a problem texting people who don't have iPhones?
How does that make any sense?
You see what I'm saying?
How does that make any sense? Where's the correlation?
Because the whole thing was one of the reasons why they knew she was a catfish was because King Banks, every time they tried to FaceTime, she was saying no. You didn't listen to the recordings when they were telling KD. Every time they tried to FaceTime, she got an iPhone, dickhead. But every time they tried to FaceTime, she was saying no.
Did she have an iPhone? She had iMessage.
iPhone.
Nah,
Listen,
you sure?
every time. Anyway.
They ain't post a number.
Anyway.
They ain't post a number.
Of course not. The excuse was, I've been scarred before. Someone, when I FaceTimed them, was upset with how I looked.
See, but you got to know that off rip.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what KD was saying.
Yeah.
That's what KD was. KD was like, yo, man, you got to know, bro.
There was like
this nigga KD got jokes now.
He went.
That nigga
So were
need to
you
get his
just
ass
not
on the
like?
court.
He was like, have you just not spoken to a lot of women? Like, yo, it was OD.
Lord Jesus Christ. Not niggas saying that you don't get girls.
Pretty much. That's exactly what he said.
That's like 80% of NBA Twitter. No, so the dude's name is So the primary suspect is Josh Toussaint.
Josh
Toussaint.
Okay.
Right? So
We should call him Joe out of disrespect.
So he tweeted at like 1:42 a.m. today, which is Tuesday, right? Still haven't gotten a goddamn explanation. Thought I trusted someone and learned my lesson. Tried to help a friend I thought was in peril.
Okay,
I was duped like y'all and feel bad. I was a pawn. Such garbage. Logging off of Twitter for a while. Stay safe out there. You never know.
And then apparently, like, she's so big in the things, like celebrities were tweeting out, like, hey, if you've seen her, any of her O'Shea Jackson. He was tweeting out, and then after that shit, he was like, damn, yo, I'm just trying to help out and shit like that. And now I know. Like, and then the whole Josh Toussaint thing, everyone's been coming at him and being like, posting screenshots of Twitter interactions between his account and the Vivian account. And it's like, yo, homie's down bad right now.
Apparently
like,
he's at,
like,
he has messages from the sister, Vivian's sister.
Bruh.
Like, nah, like every time, like, he tried to, like, explain himself, it just made it worse.
Yeah.
And then they basically figured out, like, all her pics on, like, IG and Twitter or all her Photoshop.
And they're bad Photoshops.
They are horrible
no one paid
Photoshops.
attention to them. Like, they're bad Photoshops. At one point, the first thing I saw was they were saying that, like, if you go through all the pictures, it's like 3 different women that they used to Photoshop. Like, it's bad.
And they figured out, like, 1 year, she's, like, I think it was, like, in 2016, she's, like, 18 years old. But then in, like, 2000, like, 2 years later, she's, like, 9. Like, the timestamps were just not matching up. Son, like, it was...
Take it, y'all, please, take it from a nigga that has used dating sites. Bro, it's not that hard to not get catfish, bro. I promise you.
It's true.
Niggas is... bro, it's real life. Like, yo,
Send me a picture of you holding a fork.
Right, like, come on. Like, it's not...
You're not having, like, a little... what was it? Base... who's the nigga that kept having bitches write his name on, like, a marker on, like, their foot or the forehead?
What?
Lil B. Yeah, that nigga, yeah.
Hell yeah. This is when my son Lil B probably still following me on Twitter. I ain't been on that shit.
He followed everybody on Twitter.
Yo, my son Lil B was for the team, bro.
Shout out Keith.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But
wow,
like,
tough.
like doing stuff like that.
I just can't believe like niggas was really out here getting catfish. That's just sad.
Bro, the whole world. And so after that thing, everyone's investigating. Someone was like, because bro, this is a person who podcasts, and one of the things was there was like, oh, like how could I be fake if like it's a woman's voice? So someone
voice noticed something, bro.
Someone pitched down the a clip, and I'm gonna play it, and then you guys can tell me what you think. I know I sent it to JT already, but like the person who did it said it sounds Australian, but it does not sound Australian.
That is not.
Obviously, they not wins that we want against teams like the contenders, and obviously the teams that are, I think they are below 500, if I'm not mistaken. Both teams are below 500. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah. So.
And don't get me wrong, like this could completely be fake, and this could be doing nothing. Yeah. But it sounds like the fucking. It sounds like the uncles on Facebook. The Indian uncles on Facebook and all this shit. Baby, sexy, I marry you, baby.
You know what's up? That sound like Omar. Was it Omar from the Bronx? That always be calling up the Michael K show, WFAN.
Nigga said, bro, Omar from the Bronx.
I'm telling you, and I had somebody.
I had something so much more racist in mind. Thank goodness. Thank goodness you.
Because I tweeted that out last night, and somebody was like, "Yo, it dead sound like Omar from the Bronx." Yo. He always be calling up with his trash ass Knicks takes. He'd be like, Michael, no, because we are the New York Knicks and we are going to do this and we're going to play. I'm like, yo, nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Using my button against me.
I'm like, yo, I am not an anti-Knick guy at all. If you can come with some solid takes, I'll listen and I'll probably agree with you. I probably agree with Miles we agree most of the time.
Yes.
But if you're going to come on here and talking some dribble about why this and this, then... Nah, you out of here.
So you know the Lakers fandom might be getting catfished by someone was like, not them getting catfished by a Nepali uncle. So
no, but in the tweet it was like, yo, Lakers fans are used to this Photoshop shit because they Photoshop superstars in their jerseys every single year.
Thank you for calling T-Mobile customer service. Let me stop.
We're gonna get canceled
after if we made it to another week after last week. I think we're okay.
We ain't get audited,
Inshallah.
Bro. I'm like, there's only two.
I've been saying that all week.
Inshallah,
Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Yeah, there's only two fan bases that could possibly mess. There's only two fan bases that work in the realm of Photoshop. The Los Angeles Lakers and the New York Knicks. The two top-tiered clubs when it comes and fan bases when it comes to photoshopping things. You know why? Because them photoshops of Zion, Katie, and Kyrie were clean a few years ago.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit had me thinking like, yo, they pre-took the pictures together.
They look good.
Nah, son, that was a terrible week as being a Knicks fan. It was just like, yo, we thought we was getting at least the number 2 pick. Niggas got the number 3 pick. Fuck, we got RJ now.
Nah, watching that shit live with when it was the Jesus and Mero with Fat Joe and they're at the bar. Yo.
Wow. Yo, wow.
Like I said, that's going to do it here on this edition of Saratoga Sports Podcast. This is episode 86. I'd like to thank our sponsors once again. Matt behind the boards, always making it sound really well.
Is he a sponsor if we pay him?
Shout out, Regrown Recordings.
We're his sugar daddy.
Regrown Recording.
The Saratoga Sports Card is funding Matt Barber.
Taco Bell keeping me satisfied after I leave from here. Athletes Unlimited, shout out you. Tower Records, the Yankees, the Nets, Funko Pops, and yeah. Anything else to add?
Are you ever gonna plug our actual socials? Because you said it. You were like, follow us on the socials. Didn't say it.
Inserts invisible social media.
Saratoga Sports. Oh shit! I don't know it all. No.
Show us you're on
Dude,
the pod, but not really on
exactly.
the pod.
I'm just here so I won't get fined. All right.
Yo, shout out Marshawn Lynch, man.
Yeah,
But,
literally the socials are at Saratoga Sports on
Okay.
Instagram and Twitter.
That's easy.
Say it with some
YouTube,
confidence next week,
the
Justin.
Saratoga Sports YouTube channel.
It's
Yes.
easy enough to remember.
And on TikTok is also at Saratoga Sports.
Yeah.
You bum.
That's okay.
He's a bum.
Do you want to do your plugs in the meantime, or do you want
So
to
yeah, you can follow me. You can follow me at
Fucking, who's this guy?
J_Thomas
New guy over
_24.
Yeah, new guy, man.
Haters. That's it. That's all I'm plugging. Nematodes are people too. Derek Chauvin, rest in piss.
Yeah, fuck that dude. You guys can follow me at Offended Narwhal on Twitter. Definitely go follow the socials. Look out. There will be a lot of TikToks, especially from last week's episode. If you did not listen to that, you guys are missing out because that was a doozy. Go check that out and watch the show with us because this shit is hilarious.
True.
Yeah.
The phrase of the week is "fuck you, pay me." Black Lives Matter. Y'all can follow me on the Instagrams, Worldwide West
Hurry up
_11.
and come back to Twitter. It's such a more fun place.
Yeah, I'm easing my way back into social media.
Are you done?
I'm done.
You could have acknowledged it in some way. You didn't see the order was all different today?
I mean, you kind of got me up, but
Yeah, then you just wrap it up.
I mean, wrap it up.
Yeah,
Man.
we're working with working with some professionals here. We'll catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down. I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so